Hi everyone, and welcome to the Science Pedagogy, the first term of Science Pedagogy for fall, and I look forward to working with all of you in class, both online and in person when we meet face to face. So a couple things I want you to just have information on before we start the class, and so I'm going to briefly touch on a few things in the syllabus, and I'm going to actually give you information on your textbook, or actually the alternative text we're using in this class, so that you can get prepared to use that when we start, and just hopefully get you set up so you are ready to go when classes start on September 30th. So most important thing on the syllabus is always, when can you get in touch with me and how do you get in touch with me? That information is provided on the top of the syllabus. I do make online appointments, so if you can't come in to see me in my office, then we can schedule a phone call or a video chat to talk about questions you might have. I'm really hopeful that you'll take advantage of opportunities to communicate. I think that's really important in being successful in an online class, and I'm readily available. The other thing that I want to point out on the syllabus, I would highly recommend that you take a good look at it. It's obviously, you should know by now that this is an important part of figuring out how to be successful in the class. So if you scroll down to the sixth page in the syllabus, you'll be able to tell that there's an overview of what you're going to be working on in this class. So this is a project-based class, which means that you have big projects to complete that overlap and kind of extend over several weeks, unlike a lot of undergraduate classes where you may have one assignment a week, you turn it in, that's the end of it, move on. In this class, you're going to be doing extended, deeper level projects that actually span several weeks and intersect with each other and overlap. So in order to try to make that as clear as possible and to keep you on track, I've provided this list of the projects, what parts go to each project, and how many points they are. Each project is worth 20% of your grade, including the final exam, which is your presentation of a unit that you'll do at the end. So there's a little bit of a description on each of the projects and what that means. The last page is actually a schedule and the due dates for each piece of each project and when it's due, and it'll tell you. So for instance, in week 1 you have an NGSS quiz. That goes with project 4, NGSS, and it's worth 5 points. So week 2 you have a science inquiry forum. That goes with project 4 science inquiry and is worth 5 points. You have submit the standards assignment. That's project 4, worth 10 points. So that's kind of how this schedule works, and it shows you what project it is and how many points. So between those two things, those are important to keep in mind and follow those so you can stay on track in the class. Now, if you go to our Moodle page, and obviously you are there since you found this video, it also, I'm going to briefly tell you how it is organized. So there's course overview material at the top of the page, including the instructions for accessing your electronic resources, which will act as our textbook, and also the project list, tips for success in this course, and so forth. So those kind of help you get set up for the course. Starting September 30th, our course is active and begins, and you are expected to complete assignments that first week. All assignments are generally due on Saturday by midnight, the week that they're listed on the schedule. So you will need to post an introduction your very first week, and it needs to be completed by this, let's see, that would be the 5th of October, I believe. Yes, at midnight. And so, and your NGSS quiz also needs to be completed at that time, October 5th at midnight. So this is where you'll find all the assignments and instructions for completing them. So if you, for instance, you click on this assignment, it might have additional information that's linked, like a Word document that has more information, or actually this one's a template that you'll actually fill out and submit. So always make sure that you are looking for attached information or instructions on assignments so that you make sure you follow the instructions that are provided. So here's where you'll find and submit most assignments. Now, if you go down below the assignments, you'll actually see that there are resources. So any resources you need for each assignment will be in these sections. And they're also listed by week. So for instance, in week 1, you have to sign up for the science safety course. Here's the link to do that. If you click on that, it'll take you to the safety course information. Here's all the NGSS resources that you'll review before taking your quiz. So that's kind of how the Moodle page is organized. And the last thing I'm going to cover in this video is how to access the electronic textbook resources or the Learning Center, which is what we're using for the next 2 terms instead of having you purchase a textbook. So I did provide detailed information and instructions for how to set up these resources so that you have access to them, and you'll need to do that during the very first week of class so that you have those to complete assignments. So if you click on that information on the instructions for accessing your textbook resources, it tells you, and this is really important, you must follow these steps specifically in order to get the discounted price of $72. So if you go and do it out of order, you end up purchasing a membership for more and then have to pay additional money to get the Learning Center subscription. So please follow these instructions specifically. So it shouldn't cost you more than $72 to complete both the student membership and the Learning Center subscription. When you do go to the Learning Center, you should have a page that comes up once you've registered and can access the Class Hub that looks similar to what's on the screen. And then these links below will be the resources that you'll use to view the resources I've posted, and then you'll also have your own library where you'll collect resources of your own. So that's up here, and then you'll also have, and your page may look slightly different. You'll also have a forum, and that is assigned to us specifically, a private forum that we'll be using to also respond to some information occasionally. That one will be specifically outlined as an assignment, and for some reason that's taking a while to load. So again, this is this is our electronic resources, and so as you can see over here, we have a private forum, Western Oregon. You click on that, and then there's already a topic that you're going to post in, and we'll talk about that in the week 1 to-do list. So the next thing I want you to do in terms of getting ready for the courses, so I want you to go ahead and sign up for the NSTA Learning Center bundle with the NSTA student membership. So again, to find those resources, you're going to go to our Moodle page, and you're going to click on those instructions at the top, and you're going to follow these specific instructions. So those again can be found on Moodle at the very top under instructions for accessing electronic resources. So please make sure to do that before class starts on November 30th. See if you can get signed up, and then by the end of that week, you need to have your resources, or you need to have access to those resources. So what to do next? Review the syllabus, look at the project list and the schedule, and then go down to the week 1 instruction video, which I will have you watch next, and see what your assignments are for week 1, and then make sure that you're following the week 1 to-do list that will tell you what's due by October 5th. So hopefully that's helpful, and you will figure out what and how to do it. If you have any questions, please email me right away so we can address any confusion and get you all set to be successful starting out in the class. And I look forward to working with you and seeing you in a few weeks. Good luck.